Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Jamila, and today we have another memory plan with me for the week of March 17th through the 23rd. And yes guys, this time we decided to use a kit from PlannerPixieCo called Shamrock, and I foiled it with this foil bundle actually from OK Plans. And I just used gold, just plain gold. I haven't used like a core foil in a while. So yes, that is the specs for the kit. As you can see, I started recording and thought I pressed record, but I did not. So yeah, that's why we were kind of already had some things laid down. I feel like I did that 2 spreads in a row. But anyway, yes, that was the base of the kit, and we only had one extender, so not too much happened this week. You'll see in the sidebar that I marked that I got to 43 books, which is pretty good for the week. And I was listening to some audible books, and I kind of had a rough week mentally, I would say, towards the end of the week. I was starting out a job. I had orientation for a job this week, for like a part-time position that the job did not work out. So yeah, that was that. But lately I've been doing, I don't even know if I should go into that tangent about how different healthcare is here in Georgia versus Tennessee. I don't even know if I want to go into that tangent or if y'all even care, but it's a big difference. I would not want my mother or father or loved one in a, I've experienced nursing home facilities as well as psych facilities here. I would not want any of my loved ones in these facilities. And I'ma just leave it at that. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna just leave it at that. I finished King and Queen of the Hood, which was like a urban romance. I finished Normal People. We talked about that. I hated that book. And then I also finished Part of Plan 3, which was very intense. But I would recommend King and Queen of the Hood and Part of Plan 3, not Normal People. Terrible. But that's all I have for now, and I will see you guys in the day by day. Hi guys, we are back to film the day by day portion, and my mic is working. Fun fact, I accidentally washed my mic in the laundry when I changed my sheets, when I washed my sheets. So it only works for a little bit, then I have to put it on the charger again. But hopefully we'll get another one soon. Another disclaimer, if you hear like bumping sounds, that is my niece and nephew. They're upstairs running amok like 3 and 4-year-olds do. So, but this is the best time I have to film this because I want this video to go up tomorrow because I want to stick with my schedule so I can eventually get caught up. That's saying a lot. But anyway, here is the base. It's so freaking pretty. This bear, I think this kit came out a while ago, but you'll probably hear me talk about that in the voiceover. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Am I a little chatty? Slightly. But you know what, crazy enough, I have not talked. I'm lying. I have talked a bit today. So anyway, on this sidebar, we're of course going to mark where we are in our books. So we were at 43 books for the week. And then we're going to zoom in some more. So So yeah, on Monday, ooh, I should bring up my notes because like two, um, the past two spreads, I accidentally deleted my notes, but I have these notes. So there's that. I'm acting like I haven't filmed in a minute. So there we go. First things first, I'll mark that. Okay. Oh, I'm zoomed in way too much. That should be first things first. I marked that it was St. Patrick's Day, of course. Then I marked that had an iced latte. In real time, I had an iced latte today for the first time in a long time because I was out of my espresso, and um it was amazing. Like, I think Dunkin' does not put real espresso. I cannot be 100% sure, but one time recently I went in there because I ordered lattes from there, and they were like, if you know Dunkin', they have like the stuff on tap, and they're putting coffee. So I don't know, but it tasted so much better at home. And of course, it tastes better when you go to a real coffee shop, but I'm rambling. Um, Iced latte. I had orientation for a job that I was trying to see if I wanted to, be at. Like, I've learned to, like, in medical we do PRN, which is like as needed, and because I feel like that's the best bet lately to like see how a job will work out before you fully commit. So yeah, had orientation for that job, and then I finished the book King and Queen of the Hood. So yes, um, I finished that book. Most of these St. Patrick's Day stickers, I had some sheets from McPlans, who unfortunately the shop is closed. This is McPlans, Once Worth Love, and Carly Plans. On to the bottom. So then after I finished that book, I started reading the book Thirsty 2. I listened to Thirsty 1, but Thirsty 2, that sounds so weird saying it was not on audio. So I started reading that book. I dashed for a little bit. I had some dominoes this week. You will see that I went to Domino's very often. They were having a sale. The only my aunt laughed at this, but the only place that I pay full price for pizza is Little Caesars. Anything else, I need a coupon, I need a sale, because pizza is so expensive. But I had Domino's, and then I uploaded this day. So on for starting Thirsty 2, that is from Leonard Designs. For dashing, this is from Carly Plans. For Dominoes, this is from Whimsy. The shop is called Whimsy, and I have not bought from them in so long. I need to. Um, and for uploading, that is from McPlans off her St. Patrick's sheet, which of course you can no longer get because the shop is no longer open. It's just the amount of shops that have closed is just tragic in my opinion. Um, so on Tuesday I had an iced latte. That's the first thing. I marked orientation. And then I read. So for my iced latte, I use these like icons from that St. Patrick's Day sheet for all of my coffees this week. So that one is a little rainbow for orientation. We use these green munchkins from Once More with Love. And then for reading, this is from Carly Plans. What book did I'm guessing I continue reading. Yeah, Thirsty 2. And Thirsty 2 was like very intense. So I think it took me a minute. I could be lying. Actually, no. Yeah, I think it did take me a minute to get through. Of course, I had Domino's the next day. And then because their pizzas was like 50% off this week. So it was like a steal. And so I was trying so many different like combinations that I found on TikTok. So anyway, Domino's, this is also I'm unsure if I think that's from Leonard Designs, like a super old sticker from Leonard Designs for my did I don't even know if I said I had a jam sesh, but that is a jam sesh. I was listening to some gospel music. And then that's from Carly Plans. And then for going back to bed, I just went to bed early. So that is from Whimsy. So mark that for going to bed early. All right, on to Wednesday. The first thing I marked on Wednesday is that I had a Plan With Me go live this day. Then I cleaned my room. I did some dishes. And I had a jam sesh again. And I mark jam sesh when either I listen to new music that came out or I'm listening to music for a long time. So yeah. For my Plan With Me going live, that's from McPlans. From cleaning, this is from La La Land Studio. The new stickers that I got, they're so freaking cute. Love them. For doing dishes, this is from Carly Plans. And for my jam sesh, this is from Leonard Design. Okay. Then, okay, I got nervous. I marked that I took a nap. I feel like I'm all over the place with this. Plan with me. But it's because I have not filmed like a, I guess, talk through day by day in so long. I took a nap, I had an iced latte, and then I worked this day. I'm a little rusty. So for my nap, this is from Carly Plans. For my iced latte, we have like a little 3-leaf clover from McPlans. For working, we have the same sticker from Once More with Love. And I really like this font. What font? What's the name of it? Oh, it's called Summer Hugs. I think I got it on defunt.com. Sometimes I buy my stuff on Etsy, but sometimes I find really good stuff on defunt.com. It just depends. But those, if you're wondering, that's the two spots that I get my fonts, different fonts. So, yeah. I think this one is called Summer Hugs. So I finished listening to Thirsty. No, I'm lying. What do I have? Oh, I finished Normal People this day. I'm just all over the place. I finished Normal People. We talked about how I gave that book a 2 stars in the last one with me, so we will not talk about that any further. But I personally don't recommend anyone read the book, but you have your own free will. But yeah, no, I don't. And sometimes I think books are like hyped, and then because I see multiple people that I know read it, and then I realize that it looks off, but we're gonna go with it. That it really wasn't, because if you read the reviews, or just look at the star rating on Goodreads, it's like 3.81, so it's not even a 4. Which I don't always go on that because everybody has different preferences, but a lot of times when I don't like a book, which is actually very rare, because I can appreciate a book for what it was. I don't have to like all the characters, but if a character is insufferable, and if I find it hard to get through a book, that's when I'm like, okay. And I can understand if a book is not a quick read. Like some books are intense and you have to put it down for a minute. You know what I mean? Or you can't read a lot of it. I get that. I'm a fast reader. I like to read. I know by page count, like how fast it should take me to read a book. But if I'm enthralled, I can read a 500-page book in a day. Like if I'm enthralled and I don't have anything to do. So, but Normal People, and then I also can tell like if maybe it's not a good audio book, but it'll be good physically, and vice versa. Like there's some books that I've had a hard time reading, then I find the audio and I'm enthralled. I love it. So yeah, there's that. So for finishing my book, that's from Leonard Designs. For product plans, I started product plan 3. I I've been trying to finish series that I have not finished, if that makes sense. And product plan 3, product plan is like a series that I need to, I'm put that on my list for either June or July. I started product plan 3. I watched Big Bang Theory, and I had a YouTube binge. That is from La La Land Studios, Carly Plans, and Meek Plans. I am just rambling. I don't know what's up with me. But that is the first half of the week. Moving on to the second half. So, first things first, I marked that I did some dashing. I actually enjoy dashing. It's very like stress free. So yeah, to make a little money, do a little dashing, you know. So, and I had a call with my mom. I was grasping at straws because I didn't have anything to mark. This is from um Carly Plans. For my call with my mom, this is from Leonard Designs. All right, on to Thursday. Not on to Thursday, the bottom portion. So on Thursday, I've continued to listen to Product Plan 3. I took a nap, and I had Domino's, like third time for the week. The way I hyperfixate on food is like insane. But that's a conversation for a therapist that I need to get clearly. But anyway, for La La Land. For audiobook, that is from La La Land Studio. For taking a nap, this is from Carly Plans. For dominoes, this is from Whimsy. Her little stickers are so cute. On to Friday. On Friday, had an iced latte. I think I cleaned the kitchen this day. And I watched gymnastics, Florida versus Alabama. It's like March, so we're nearing to it. I don't know if I even marked watching the NCAA finals because I was so upset. And I feel like I've talked about that for weeks, but nonetheless. So for my iced latte, that is from Nick Plans. For cleaning the kitchen, that is from SPC. And for watching Florida versus Alabama, this is from Nick Plans. If you guys know anybody who sells gymnastics type of stickers, let me know. Let your girl know, because next season is approaching sooner than later, and I need something more because elite season is starting soon, and yes, I need some stickers because I'm almost out of those McPlans and she's not a thing anymore. So yeah. Then my aunt, I marked working. That's not right. But anyway, I marked that I worked, and then I had Cheesecake Factory. My aunt and cousin, they went out for Cheesecake Factory, and they brought me some back. It was a pasta. I feel like it was like some kind of Cajun. It was so good. It's the best pasta I've had in my life. It was so good. I love pasta. And then I continued listening to the product plan 3 to say. So for working, I can't think of the name of. I feel like it was some kind of Cajun pasta, but it was so good. That's from Once More Love for Cheesecake Factory. That is from Carly Plans. And for listening to my audiobook, that is also from Carly Plans. On to Saturday. On Saturday, first thing I have to mark is that I made scripts this day. I cut and foiled. I finished the product plan 3 this day. And I had my iced latte. So, for scripts, of course, this is from McPlans. For cutting and foiling, this is from Carly Plans. I drew a blank that quick. And for finishing the product plan, that is from Carly Plans as well. And for my iced latte, this is from Big Plans. All right. Last but not least, I marked that I filmed this day. I started reading the book Funny Story. And I have no clue what I rated that book, but I don't even remember. I have no clue what it was about. So that tells me it wasn't bad, but it was not a 5-star read. So I probably gave it a 3 or 4. I'll tell you guys in a voiceover. A fun fact, most of the time I film my voiceovers after I do the day by day most of the time. Not all the time, but for filming, that's from SPC. For watching or starting a funny story, that is from La La Land Studio. That is probably one of my favorite stickers for audiobook. There's her stickers are so cute. I'm just in love. And for being mentally unwell, I think it was just kind of sad. That is from um Once More Is Love. All right. And next on Sunday, last but not least, I marked that I had an iced latte this day. I had breakfast with a friend. We went to Costco this day. And we went to this Mexican place. And this specific Mexican place, I do not care for their food at all. Like, I'm a quesadilla girl through and through. I'll eat chimichangas. I love a good chimichanga. And I'll eat nachos and stuff. I'm a basic girly, but I'm the type of person, once I find something I like, it's very rare for me to change it up. Like, at that specific restaurant, I'll try all different types of cuisines and stuff, but I know what I like, you know? So, I only like their dip. So, that's why lately because normally when they go to Costco, it's a little ways away. They go eat at this Mexican restaurant, and most of the time I don't go. I'll just like, if I want something, I'll send them the money and tell them to get it, because I don't really enjoy that restaurant. So, um, yeah, this Mick Plans, Whimsy, Once More with Love, Mick Plans. All right, last but not least, I don't remember if this is when I initially started watching Law and Order. I have not watched it in a while because I was watching, of course, the original Law and Order. I've watched Law and Order SVU, but I don't know. I'm finding it hard to get into this one, specifically because they're always making a deal. But of course, this TV show started in the 90s. So that was the thing back then. Apparently, that's what my aunt told me. So then I marked that I was mentally unwell again. It was just kind of sad, you know. And then I played Monopoly Go. So for Law and Order, that is from Leonard Designs. For being mentally unwell, this is from We Ava's Paper. And for Monopoly Go, that's from Mick Plans. Her stickers were so cute. It's just such a sad situation that a lot of these shops have closed. For whatever reason, I hope everyone's doing well. But yeah. All right, guys. This is the final spread. I do love how this turned out. Super cute. And I hope you guys did too. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.